Hello kids! How are you today? This is teacher Nico from Chalor School and welcome to Science Online Review. So we have a test at Science Proficiency for grade 6 or Pratom Suksa with this Hok na Up. So this is a review for first semester test. So, are you ready? So let's start, but first let us review the parts of the test. So what are the parts of the test? We have the listening for the part 1, the multiple choices for the part 2, the matching type for part 3, and identification for part 4. So last week, we already finished for the part 1, right? And part 2. So this time or this week, we are going to discuss the part 3, the part 3 and part 4. Okay? So let's start. Let's go to letter F. So first, let us read the directions. So for part 3, we have the 3 sets. We have set 1, set 2, and set 3. For the set 1 direction, all we need to do is to match the words in column 1 to the pictures in column 2 and then write the letter of the answer on the space provided. For the set 2, same as for the set 1, match the words in column 1 to the pictures. But for the set 3, all you need to do is to match the words in column 1 to the descriptions. Okay? So, let's start. For letter D. So, each number, I will give you 5 seconds to answer it. Okay? So, let's start for the set 1. So, for the number, all you need to do, all we need to do is to write the answer on the space provided. Okay? So, for number 1, we have the producer. Producer. So, what is the answer here in column 2? I give you 5 seconds to answer it, and it starts now. Alright, for number 1, the correct answer is letter E. So this is the producer. So the best example of producer is a plant. So they can give fruit or they can provide something else to the animals. Okay, next, decomposer. Decomposer. What is the answer here in column 2? 5 seconds starts now. Alright, the correct answer is letter B. Okay. Next, herbivore. Herbivore. So herbivore, what does it mean? Pewa like a pewa sa kinpud. Okay. So what animal is it for the column 2? So 5 seconds. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. A horse is a herbivore. Next, omnivore. Omnivore, what does it mean? Pewa like a pewa. Satkin food. Loko, satkin. Yeah. So, 5 seconds. Alright, the correct answer is letter B. A pig is an omnivore. And of course, the last letter is a lion, which is a carnivore. Okay, so again, number 1 we have producer, number 2 decomposer, 3 herbivore, 4 omnivore, 5 is carnivore. Okay, next, 6 to 10. Okay, so number 6 we have flood. Flood. So what do you think is the answer here in column 2? So 5 seconds starts now. Okay, the correct answer is letter D. Look at the house. Okay, so this is a example of a flood. Next, drought. Drought. Okay, so 5 seconds. Alright, the correct answer is letter E, okay? There's no rain at all. Or the soil is very dry. Next, volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption. So the root word volcano, okay? 5 seconds. And that is letter A. Okay, look at the volcano. Volcanic eruption. Next, number 9, deforestation. Again, deforestation. What is the correct answer? 5 seconds. So the correct answer is letter C. Okay, deforestation. They're cutting the trees. And of course, obviously, the number 10, which is the hurricane, is letter B. Okay, hurricane. So now let us read all the vocabulary words. We have flood, drought, volcanic eruption, deforestation, and hurricane. Okay, next, let's go to the number 11 to 15. Okay, so this is the words and their description. So number 11, we have the sifting. Okay, this topic is all about the separation techniques. Okay, so sifting. Timer starts now. Alright, so when we say sifting, so sifting is to separate solids of different sizes. So letter E, okay? Next, number 12. Everybody say filtration. Filtration. So where's the filtration here? Alright, time's up. So when we say filtration, to separate insoluble solids from a liquid, okay? Next, evaporation, okay? Timer starts now. Okay, when we say evaporation, to separate dissolved solids from a solution, okay? It's like salt solution in a dish, okay? Next, sublimation, okay? So timer starts now. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, to separate substances by converting some solids to gases, okay? And of course, magnet attraction, the last word or the last description, which is to separate solids that are attracted to magnet. Look at the keyword, the magnet and magnet, okay? So now let us read all these vocabulary words and their description. Okay, we have the sifting. When we say sifting, to separate solids of different sizes. Filtration, to separate insoluble solids from a liquid. Evaporation, to separate dissolved solids from a solution. Sublimation, to separate substances by converting some solids to liquids, to gases. Sorry. And the last, magnet attraction, to separate solids that are attracted to magnet. And that is all for the part 3, okay? So let's go for the part 4. So but for that, we need to know the direction. So we have the two different type of questions. We have the identification for letter A and letter B for diagramming. Okay? For the direction, tell whether each living thing below is producer, or you will write producer, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, or decomposer, and then write the answer on the space provided. All you need to do is to write whether it is producer, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, and decomposer. Okay? And for the letter B, diagramming, which animal fits the food chain? Okay, food chain na below. Identify the picture and write the word in the box to complete the food chain. Okay? So, for letter A, you will write producer, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, and decomposer. For letter B, we need to identify the food chain. Okay? So, let's start to answer it. Letter I. Okay? So, again, all you need to do is to write producer, herbivore, omnivore, carnivore, and decomposer. Okay? Let's start with number 1, mushroom. Okay? What is it? 5 seconds starts now. Okay, a mushroom is a decomposer. Okay? Next, bamboo. Bamboo. 5 seconds. Okay, a bamboo is a producer. Okay, next, number 3, cow. So, what kind of animal is it? 5 seconds. Okay, a cow is a herbivore. Can only eat plants. Next, hawk. What is it, hawk? Next, 5 seconds. Okay, a hawk is a carnivore. Okay, next, a horse. What kind of animal is it? A horse. A horse is a herbivore. Alright, because it can only eat plants. Next, a chicken. What kind of animal is it? Chicken. Alright, a chicken is an example of an omnivore. Okay, can eat on plants and other animals. Next, bacteria. What is it? Okay. Alright, when we say bacteria is an example of a decomposer. Okay, next, a squirrel. Okay, what kind of animal is it? 5 seconds. Okay, the correct answer is a squirrel is a herbivore. You can only eat them. Next, a pig. Pig. Okay, 5 seconds. A pig is an example of an omnivore. Of course, can only eat plant and other animals. And the last one, number 10. What is it? A banana is kind of fruit, right? So it is a producer. Okay. So next we will go to the food chain. Okay. All you need to do is to write the first food chain here. Okay. So let's start with number 11. So what is it? Okay. 5 seconds starts now. So number 11 is a grass. Okay, from grass they eat by a 5 seconds. Is eaten by a grasshopper. Very good. So a grasshopper is eaten by a 5 seconds. Is eaten by a frog. Okay, next, a frog is eaten by a 5 seconds. A frog is eaten by a snake. Very good. And of course, the last one, a snake is eaten by a an eagle. Okay, sorry. So let's read the food chain. We have a grass is eaten by a grasshopper. A grasshopper is eaten by a frog. A frog is eaten by a snake. And a snake is eaten by an eagle. Okay? We have grass. This is the grass. Grasshopper. This is the grasshopper. Frog. This is the frog. Snake. This is the snake. And an eagle. This is an eagle. And that is all for the part 4. Okay? And closing. Okay? That's it all for today. Thank you for watching and see you again next time. Goodbye!